What up, Dokkanners? I got some good news and I got some bad news for you global players. Actually, first of all, bad news for all players. You're probably watching this while doing the stupidest event of all time, World Tournament. My condolences. But I got good news and bad news for global specifically in terms of upcoming content. Good news, we have a banner coming up in the next couple of days. Bad news, we have a banner coming up in the next couple of days. In the campaign details, some of you guys pointed this out to me because I never mentioned this in the video. There is a major discrepancy between Global and JP in terms of the end dates for the stone sales. For Global, we have October 15th, 9 p.m., which is 1 hour before LR Gohan's release for part 2. And it ends, where the hell did it go? October 21st at 9 p.m. 6 days. Okay. And then if we look at JP, Day 1, same exact time, it's just they're ahead. So October 16th, 1300 hours, going until the 29th, 2359. That's a big staggering difference. To be specific, it's 8 days difference. Why is JP's window 8 days longer than Global? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because Global is set to receive another batch of stone discounts for that little interval, 21st to the 29th. We are going to be getting a new set of stone sales, which means a banner is coming to Global. Which banner is it going to be? Well, there's really only 3 options. We got Alan the Alien, we got Roshi, and we got Kokote. How the hell do you say her name? Hold on.
Kokot.
Really? There's a... Okay. Or it could be Kokot. One of those 3 is going to be the next banner. Now, what you're looking at here, this is the projection that I made a couple of weeks ago. I made a whole video mapping out where I think it's most logical to place these 3 banners, because by the end of 2024, Global has to have every single banner that JP had, because they literally said so in their, was it 9th anniversary video? At some point they said that. So we are now operating under the assumption that they aren't liars, and so that they are going to be putting all of the banners on Global before the end of 2024, which means with the normal operations that we have going on for JP, Global has to get 3 extra banners. So wherever we can shove those in, we have to. And so with this one being a perfect opportunity, we have to get one of the banners. Which banner are we going to get? I think because it's an 8-day interval, I think Jiren makes the most sense, because as a celebration, Jiren on his own is the part 2 to a part 1. Part 2s are generally far more inconsequential than the part 1s, because part 1s are Dokkan Fests. With Dokkan Fest, you have certain events that have to be there. Whereas for Jiren, since we've covered most of it in the part 1 with the UI Goku back during 9 year, all we have left is the Jiren banner's release and then a couple of events that would come with it. Those events would include the God of Destruction event and the remainder of the Blue Zone that features Universe Survival Saga. Those 2 events people have been dying to have. It would involve no effort to just shove them in there, and then it's done. It's permanent. It's forever in the game. So I feel like that is one major reason why Jiren makes the most sense. I originally thought that having these 2 roughly back-to-back would make more sense, and I suppose it's still possible, but if they're gonna be only fitting in 1 banner, it wouldn't make sense to have Kokot show up. It would have to be Roshi, and Roshi doesn't work for a major reason. And here is that major reason. So if we look at Ultimate Clash, this is what I think is the reason why it's not going to be Roshi. The 79th Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, October 3rd, 1 a.m. This is when it started, which was a couple hours after the Vegeta released, and it is set to end October 25th, which is when Vegeta's banner is set to go away, right? If we are going to be getting a banner on the 21st, then that means the Clash is still going to be ongoing. But during these major Dokkan Festival celebrations, a Clash typically releases along with it. If we go back to JP's Roshi celebration back in July, Roshi released July 31st at 1 a.m. And then if we look at Clash, Clash also released on July 31st at 1 a.m. Is Global caught up to JP in terms of Clash? I think so. I believe so. Even if we're not caught up, this would, I think, be the determining factor against Roshi showing up, because we would still have 4 days left before a new Clash could begin, which wouldn't really work with Jiren. If Jiren were to show up, it would just be a nice seamless transition, because it would feature a banner, which most people are going to be skipping, but I know that there's a very vocal minority who is very excited to summon for Jiren. Also, this is a Rising Dragon festival, and that I think also is an important distinction, because with this guy being a double raids banner, we are set to receive another double rates banner at the end of the year. So are they going to be giving global players double rates, or are they going to be just putting the Jiren banner into this one? I don't think that's going to happen because they haven't done that yet. One of the major speculation points that we had at the beginning of the year was thinking how they were going to possibly make this all work. And one of my leading points was that they would essentially compress or combine multiple banners together. They have not done that once. Instead, they have just shoved banner after banner after banner down our throat. So I don't think that they would start now and have double rates banner have 2 new characters for global, because it's already double rates. So now with double rates and double the targets, it's going to allow global players to pick up the units that much easier. They don't want that. They want more of your money. So splitting up the double rates makes the most sense. And the best way to do that is to have the Rising Dragon Carnival release at the farthest point away from the next double rates. If we get Jiren in the middle of October, then we have a month and a half until this would drop towards the end of December. Whereas if we were to get Jiren sometime in November, then it's double rates for 1 month and then it's double rates for the next month. That might be a little bit weird. So I think for this also, it's better to put the Jiren right here. So Clash and spacing, I think, really just tell us that Jiren's going to be coming up next. All of you guys have been clamoring for this, myself included, which is the Blue Zone finale, Goku Frieza. I need to know what y'all are talking about over there on JP. All you guys do is just taunt us, poor global players. We need to know. We need closure. Level 6, Goku versus Frieza. Stage 6. What are the missions here? Clear stage 6 with 4 accelerated battle. Clear stage 6 with 4 universe 11. Clear all stages. Clear stage 6 with universe Rival Saga. Stage 5 once. Is stage 5 even a difficult stage? JP players, let us know. You don't need to go over like spoilers. Just, you know, yes or no. Is it difficult? Is it not? I need to know. I need it. I can't have Minato telling me, hey, well, you haven't done Goku Frieza event, so you don't know exactly how difficult events can be. I don't need to have all that, all right, in my DMs. Can't do it. So I think it was just this. Oh, you know what? Did we get Infinite Dragon Ball History? I don't remember if we did. But the main ones that I care about would be God of Destruction and Blue Zone. God of Destruction also has to drop, and it would just be a permanent drop. Drops July 23rd, and then it was just permanent. So let's take a look at these. Infinite Dragon Ball History, though. Warriors of Universe 11, did Global get that? If I switch to the US right here, or like Global, let's see. 32. We did not. So we would get Universe 11's Infinite Dragon Ball History. Yes, sir. And then for the Gods of Destruction, which one did we have for? I don't know these names off the top of my head. Well, I know Beerus, Sidra, Rumshi, Belmont. I think this, yeah, this is where we stopped because Universe 12. So 13, 14, 15 would be dropping with the Jiren Part 2. And I believe these are pretty challenging as well. I don't think people talk about this at the same level as the Goku Frieza, but this would also have to drop. Those final 3 stages makes the most sense. I don't think anybody would argue against this point. But just to be fair, why Roshi would not work is if it's an 8-day window, dropping 2 banners in 8 days just seems criminal to me. They've already stooped as low as dropping a banner a week. Dropping 2 banners in 8 days, I think, would be overkill, even for them. And there's still a lot of real estate down the road, because don't forget, in the November time slot, I mentioned this in my dedicated video talking about this. This is where Global's thank you celebration used to be, in November. And during November's Dokkan Festival, JP has an extended 3-week period for their Dokkan Festival, which sucks, right? Because that's an extra week of basically doing nothing. And then JP after 3 weeks would then move into Heroes. That was kind of what happens with JP. So this is an easy spot for them to start the Dokkan Festival for Roshi. And then while Heroes is underway, since Heroes on Global is typically a parallel celebration, meaning it's happening at the same time as the main one, they could drop the Part 2 to Roshi sometime during here, while JP, their sole celebration would just be Heroes. So there is still plenty of space down here. They don't need to go crazy with this stuff. So I'm going to have to rework this timeline myself just to make everything fit better. I think what we're going to see is we're going to see Jiren here. We're going to see Roshi happen 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half or something like that into November, we'll get Roshi. And then during Heroes, Global will get Kokat's banner. And then for Holiday, we'll get this one. And that's it. And the only other banner in question, which again, let me know. I don't remember if we ever got these. The SummerSlam Dokkan Festival. This is something that JP got, which honestly is a good deal. I think it was for like 100 Dragon Stones or something like that. You had these featured SSRs, and I forgot the deal. It was something pretty decent. So, you know, Bootank's being what he is, Vegito being what he is. Okay, well, Trunks and Vegeta, I don't know if people care about anymore. I still feel Int 1718 is spectacular. If you don't understand how good 1718 is, you just don't get it. You just don't. You're not part of this universe. You're part of a different universe. And then also these guys, whenever they get their easy A's. So I don't know if we're gonna get this one. I would rather we don't. But if we did, there would still be more real estate later on in the year. Sometime November, December, they can throw in Roshi, Kokat, and then maybe that one on top of this holiday. So there you go. Jiren is coming up next. After the World Tournament is over, we are going to be getting a maintenance, and that maintenance will probably include whatever remaining assets we need for the Jiren celebration. We'll also be getting, oh yeah, we're going to be getting the version Z updated panels and stuff like that. So yeah, look out for that data download. That should be the final nail in the coffin to confirm what is going to be coming up next. But regardless, I think we can all agree Global is getting an extra banner in the next couple of days. Yay, content. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the possibility of Jiren coming up next on Global, or Roshi, or Kokat, or somebody else. Do you want it to be Jiren for the sole purpose of summoning, for the content? Do you want it to be Roshi, somebody else? Let me know if there's anything that I missed, or anything that you guys want to include in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you ladies know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned. Happy tournamenting. Stupid. Always remember to Dokkan responsibly. The World Tournament.